Alright, welcome to the toilet tour. So after our kitchen and the service yard, the next wet area is definitely the toilet. And just a prelude, we don't have much things done. Okay, I know that some of you all have very nice fancy toilets with a lot of nice carpentry or whatever, but we really don't have. So let's show you. Okay, first things first, on the tiling and the flooring and the wall tiles, right? These are all original from HDB. So we have opted into OCS, optional component scheme. So we just pay a premium on top of whatever we paid for our BTO. So everything is original from HDB. Then different projects have different tiles, different color, different texture. You need to go to the HDB showroom to go and feel and touch and see. All these are like 60 by 30 tiles, okay, 2 feet by 1 feet. So very standard one lah. And then we have gray flooring for the floor tiles and this kind of champagne color for our wall tiles. The only thing we did for main renovation is the epoxy grouting. And I think many of you have engaged my epoxy grouting contractor. So he gotten quite a few business. So if you also want to engage him, it is quite affordable. Just remember to quote my channel name. I'll link it in the description below. And what epoxy grouting does is that now, because it's a wet work area, all these grouts in between the tiles, they can be filled up with epoxy. So they don't like darken or blacken over time and over usage. So it's easier to maintain lah. And since we have been living in here for close to a year now, and everything is still maintained in pristine, tip-top condition, so really no complaints on epoxy grout. It's just an additional thing that you may want to consider if it fits your budget. But other than the epoxy grout, really no difference. We did not do any renovation. We did not hack any tiles. We did not like overlay with new tiles or what. We just go with what HDB has provided for the OCS scheme. Alright, next up is the basin area, and this is where we have our 2-feet sink. We bought this from Malaysia. I think it was around 600 ringgit for the basin plus the cabinet. So basin plus cabinet is a kind of combination lah. Usually when we choose the basin, it will be placed on top of the cabinet, right? But if you want integrated, you need to go for this kind of all-in-one solution. Then some of you all may have OCS opted in. Then that means y'all have like a singular sink here. Then you'll need to do carpentry or aluminium, stainless steel sinks that wrap around the sink lah. So you all need to choose whether what kind of solution you all want. But for this basin cabinet, we basically paid around 600 ringgit, and this is excluding the basin tap. Okay, so this tap, we got it from Malaysia as well. It's the brand called Hemos. It's a local Malaysia brand. And then we went to the showroom. See, not bad. Then we went to order online lah. So it's also available on Shopee or YouTube Shopping. If you want to click through the link, there will be some discounts that you can apply. For this round mirror and shelving rack, we got it from Shopee as well. So this is a 50 cm round mirror, white color. And if you choose white color, naturally the rack would also come with white color. Yeah, so I think it is very different from traditional homes where like they use the mirror cabinet, because we really don't have much stuff for us two people. But I felt that 50 cm is too small because this one is already 60 cm. So I think for round mirror, you can go up to 60 cm. Okay, so that's a small regret. I think we should have chosen 60 cm to really fit this basin cabinet lah. And one more thing is that there are a few accessories that we have here. We have this automatic soap dispenser. You can get from whatever shopping platform you have. Okay, one more thing, when you are buying sinks, right, especially integrated sinks, I think what we chosen here was that the bezels here is very thin, because some of you may have very thick bezels on. Okay, this is more for artistic and physical looks lah. I think this one looks better. Okay, very thin bezels. And then one more thing is this thickness here, because some of you want to put stuff here. Also, you need to see your tap, whether it's long enough, because sometimes the tap too short, then the water cannot flow in. The most ideal scenario is that the tap nose can reach the sink hole. Yeah, so this is just some technicalities lah. And then another function is that it's also for easy cleaning, because water can just seep down through here, or it will just drop here. It will not be placed in like a twilight zone here where water will just stay here. So it's either down or in the basin. Yeah, so that is some considerations that you can think about. Okay, one more thing I want to cover is the drainage hole, because this one is the upgraded, newly advanced drainage hole, original from HDB. We did not change anything, so it really comes with this concealed covers really, both the larger one for the basin area and a smaller one for the shower area. Yeah, so the concealed one, so you won't see like a lot of holes on like the molecule flower like that. Yeah lah, so we did not change anything. This one original one. So for those new BTO owners, you will see this exact same design. Next up, let's cover the corner here. How do we store our toiletries, our shampoo, and our bath gel? So this is a corner rack. You just drill this kind of corner racks. Okay, some of them are rounded, some of them are diamond shaped. Then you just put in can ready, and make sure you buy the drill one. You don't buy the suction one, because the suction will drop one day no matter how good they tell you it is. Yeah, so just buy a corner rack, drill it in. Ours is in metallic gray, or some of you call it gunmetal color. Of course, with every colored wet product, there is risk of this colorization and also stains. Yeah, so if you really don't want to see any stain, just go for the chrome or the normal metal color type. And then you will realize that in our small little common toilet, we have no shower screen, unlike a lot of homeowners, right? Because this toilet is already small enough. If you build one shower screen here, it's just going to obstruct more space. And I think we can still do it if we really want, just build a 2 feet glass panel or what. Okay, but definitely you cannot build those kind of door one really. Otherwise, it's very cramped area. Okay, I think we just prefer to have everything more spacious. And the thing about glass partition is that every time after you shower, you need to wipe it clean. Otherwise, there will be water stains, and there's a risk of glass, shattering, unless you really take care of it. So we really don't want the additional maintenance for the glass partition. That's why we opted out of it. Okay, next up is our heating element, because a lot of homes are now using storage heater, but we are still using instant heater. The main reason is because we are only 2 people household, and most of the time only one toilet is used for showering. So we really don't need like the whole house got warm water or hot water. And it's an easy solution. This is the Panasonic instant heater. Okay, so Panasonic is quite a reputable Japanese brand, which you can also buy off Shopee. Then we chose the most original white color. Instant heater, nothing much to say. It just heat water. That's the good utility equipment already. Okay, but more importantly, I think when you are deciding between a storage heater, a gas heater, or instant heater, it also depends on whether you have space to put your gas heater and storage heater, because those large devices, appliances, you need to cater a space for it. Then instant heater, you don't need to think so much. Next up is our shower mixer. So this is also from Hemos. So shower mixer, if you are first time homeowner, you'll realize that this is actually one of the most important water stuff in your home. Because if you think about it, in the past, there's only one single outlet pipe. Now there are two, one for hot water, one for cold water. So if you're using instant water heater, this one really have no use, the double outlet. Because if you use storage heater, then one side can be hot, one side can be cold. So we also got it from Hemos, metallic gray color. So some people call it gunmetal. But make sure you don't buy too cheap, because if it's too cheap, inside will corrode, will rust, and then you will see your water come out brown color. That's the rust infused water, which is quite dangerous So get quite high quality run, don't get too cheap. Then this shower mixer will have a pipe or hose to connect to our instant water heater. So if you're using storage water heater, this one don't exist This one can connect directly to your shower head already. Yeah, so that's the difference. If you're using instant water heater, there are so much more things. So if you prefer minimalistic and you can cater space for storage heater, then maybe storage heater or gas heater is the one for you So this is just some bathroom knowledge. Okay, let's come to the final corner of the bathroom. So this is where we have our shower rack. This one is also drilled in, metallic gray gunmetal color. I'll put the link in description if you want to buy through YouTube shopping with discount. And the thing about this kind of rack is that it's quite useful. It can be folded up, but most of the time, no people go and fold up one Okay, because very useful to put clothes, hang towel, whatever. Okay, so these are some of the solutions that you can think about it, other than just having all these hooks. And can move one or you can adjust it if you want. Okay, then this is our water closet, our matong, our toilet bowl, original from HDB also. Okay, so never change. Okay, but one thing I say wrong last time is got tornado flush. Okay, it's not really tornado flush. It's just rimless, but it's not tornado flush. Okay, so if you want all those tornado flush water toilet bowl, still need to upgrade. But okay I think not bad already. This is not like last time the HDB got the basin on top of the toilet bowl, not user friendly. Okay, so they also come with original. There's an outlet for bidet. So if you want to, install a bidet, I think it's highly recommended. Not only it can help you wash your backside, but also it can help you wash the surrounding area at high water pressure spray. So that's very good. Okay, finally we come to our last equipment, which is very important. Your 帮晒做, your toilet paper. Okay, and it needs a good holder, because Last time, maybe y'all don't have place to put phone. Last time, people don't play with phone in the toilet. Now, y'all need all these things. Firstly, to make sure the toilet paper is not wet if there's water coming from the top. Secondly, you can put your phone. Some of you use the phone in the toilet for a very long one, I know. Yeah, so it is quite useful lah, and it's in metallic grey gunmetal color also from Hermos. I think they have an upgraded version now, so I'll put it in. Then let's talk about lighting in this common bathroom, because we have two sources of lighting, one from our ceiling light, and the other one, which is the main lighting, is our ambient lighting, which is in our acrylic panels that I once talked about. So this kind of acrylic panels will replace your wire panels or the waffle shape thing, because that one quite ugly and that one will collect dust. Yeah, so we did a replacement of this. It's around $300, less than that, with two toilets. So I think that's quite a good deal. Plus install the LED light. So you can choose between 3,000, 4,000 or 6,000, depending on what light you like. So this is 4,000 lah. So it's considered cool warm in the middle. Lastly, let's talk about the common toilet. So we have installed a slide and swing door. So this is quite different from all the normal doors out there, where it's just one full flap. This one can be slide and swing. Yeah, so help you save space. Otherwise, if you use this full frame of the door and then you push it, sometimes if you stand there, then you may hit your basin and hit the person behind. Yeah, so this one is for practical and safety design. And it's quite nice, white color. Then we just choose the design. And sometimes, common toilet, the door frame is a bit larger. Because I think now they want to cater to a handicapped household. So some of them need to cater for the wheelchair size. Yeah, so this one is quite good lah. With that, I think we can move to the master toilet. Okay, we are now in the master toilet in our master bedroom. So same thing for the door, we also have the slide and swing door. But you realize the master bathroom, the entrance is a little bit smaller, because common bathroom really cater for the wheelchair size lah. So if your door frame is larger, they call it enlarged door frame, it may charge a little bit of adder. So this one they need to measure lah when they come your home. Okay, let's come in. All right, so let's start from this first corner. And this corner is what I really emphasize on, because aside from the common bathroom, you look at this length, it's around 50 to 60 cm. And if you want to cater for a sink, you really need to measure very well. Otherwise, it will just protrude out, then your door cannot close. If you're using a slide and swing door, maybe that problem can be mitigated because it's foldable. But if you're using a full frame door, be very careful, it may hit your sink. So this is why our sink, we opted for a 70 cm by 40 cm one. So this is why you really need to measure the distance from here to here. Then you go and measure your sink depth. Make sure it fits within the frame. This is why if you really want to customize sink, you look at overseas like Taobao. That's where they can customize. Singapore, unless you really go for all the built-up sink, then they will charge quite a premium. So this whole sink is from Taobao. It's made of space aluminium for the cabinets, then ceramic sink for the basin. Then this is where we also buy little gadgets for our electronic toothbrush, just to brush our teeth more efficiently and effectively. Then, like I said, round mirror. This time round, we have some gold elements, right? So it's a gold frame round mirror, 60 cm this time. So you can see the difference, right? 60 cm is really much nicer than our 50 cm round mirror in the common bathroom. So since this one is gold, we also opted for white and gold elements for this basin cabinet. So it kind of matches the theme. Okay, for the tab itself, same thing from Hermos. Okay, we just chose metallic gray or gunmetal just to, fit everything. We don't really have a common theme. It's just that, we see this one quite nice, that we chose it. And it's quite high quality and it's quite heavy on this tab. And I forgot to mention, if you want to choose tab, don't choose those two light one. You really need to feel the weight. Make sure it feels solid in your hand. Otherwise, inside corrode, inside very light, made of plastic one, you also don't know. Yeah, so make sure you really go and try the tab or ask the customer service. Okay, then this corner, very standard one now. We have water closet, we have bidet, and then we have toilet roll holder. Same thing, everything the same accessories. Just that this epoxy grout, then you see it's exactly the same color also. Using 60 by 30 tiles original from HDB. And you see the setup is a little bit different from common bathroom really. Because now your water closet is just beside your basin. I think this is a much more efficient layout compared to the common bathroom squarish layout. I much prefer this layout lah. But that's just my personal preference. So everything is exactly the same as common bathroom in terms of accessories. So I don't need to go through them again. And let's move on to the other corner. And over here at this shower corner, you will realize we also don't have any glass partition. And we really value the space a lot. Because some people, they may want to build a glass partition here or wall partition here. But then sometimes they have drainage hole in the center of nowhere. Yeah, so I think this one is very subjective whether you want to build it. We just value the space. Now we can just walk around with a lot of space. And then we don't need to wipe and clean all the water molecules, water moisture after every bath and shower. So that's good maintenance, also for safety reason. Okay, then heater wise, same. Panasonic instant water heater, white color. Same thing, instant water heater, nothing much to shout about. It just do what it does. Mixer tab, shower mixer, also from Himos. Okay, although it's a dual outlet, but since we are opting for instant water heater, there's no warm water outlet. Yeah, so come out cold water. Also for the lighting wise, we also have dual light source, one for the ceiling light and one from the acrylic lighting. Same exact setup as our common bathroom toilet. Yeah, so I really highly recommend doing this acrylic lighting with the panels so that it can increase more lighting source, plus also the fact that it's quite nice matte effect and reduce the dust and maybe your insect hiding inside. Yeah, so very good lah. Highly recommend. So final corner of the house, this is where we house most of our toiletries in this corner. Why we don't put it at the corner is because the instant water is already taking up the corner lah. So we put here. Okay, it's not so far so much. It's a very small toilet, right? Then over here we hang our cleaning equipment, all these scrubbers to scrub it dry and clean after our showers. Then corner rack, like I said, don't choose those suction one. Just ask your contractor to drill in. Otherwise, when you sleep in the midnight, then the thing drop, you'll wake up and jolt up. Okay, so that is my experience because previously we were using a suction one, especially for the shower rack. We did have a suction shower rack here because we were not very confident in where we want to place it. But after using the suction shower rack for a few months, it just keep dropping. So now we switch to single suction one. Okay, if we do a renovation next time, we will just go and drill everything in. Okay, just pay the money, pay the contractor, pay the handyman and drill holes, and you will ensure your good night's sleep, and then you don't suddenly jolt up from the sleep. Yeah, so this is our 2 toilets tour, one for the common toilet, one for the master bathroom. Okay, hope we have give you some tips, especially on what to avoid, what to look out for. Ours is really very minimalistic. We really never do much. We never do shower screen. We never do partition. We never do like cement. We also never do bathtub. All this kind of thing. Yeah, very expensive one. You just do what is functional as a toilet. Okay, can do all your business can already. Correct. So we covered about living room, kitchen, service yard, and the toilets already. Next up will be the bedrooms already, whether it's master bedroom or common bedroom. Yeah, so remember to click through the YouTube shopping links if you want some discount off the purchases. I'll list all the items that I can list in the description. And if you want to check out my previous service yard tour, then you can refer to this video right here.